G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, a little bit of deja vu. So this is pretty bizarre. We're going to be reviewing the H36, and this feels so familiar because not too long ago we did a little review of the E010, this tiny little green quadcopter I've got up there, and that was basically a tiny Whoop clone, or I guess the Blade Inductrix clone, and this looks like it's a clone of a clone. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be sticking it on the bench and seeing just how similar some things are. If it's an exact copy, we can skip over some sorts of things, see how it flies, and yeah, see how a clone of a clone goes. Anyway, let's get started. Rightio, so here it is in the box, and look, I just want to point out just how similar this is. Look at this. These boxes are even like identical. They've sort of, one's got some clouds, one's got some mountains, and the other side they've got like the exact same picture. So pretty much, and everything you get inside the box, I just open it up, is exactly the same as you get with the E010 is on the H36. So as far as I can tell, the only difference is the color. So that's probably the biggest one. What I do want to test out, so I guess I should probably, for those people who haven't seen the E010, this is what you do get in the kit. You get a tiny little FPV transmitter, looks a bit like a jelly bean. You get a little quadcopter itself, and you get a little battery that goes in it, and then you also get a USB charging port and 4 spare props. Now, the reason that this is kind of a big deal is because people like to take these canopies off right here, and they like to attach FPV cameras, so some tiny little FPV cameras. And don't worry, I will have a video coming up of that very, very soon. But pretty much that is what people are doing with these, and because they've got these ducts around here, it makes it not only really safe indoors but also very, very efficient because you're not getting any drag on the outside of the propellers. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this little case off that's just here, and we'll have a look underneath and see just how similar it is to the E010. So I guess there's the top right there, and here I've got the E010. Let's have a bit of a look. And yeah, they do they look a little bit, no, they look pretty, that board looks exactly identical. It's got the same model number right here down the bottom. Everything looks identical. So as far as I can tell, please correct me if I'm wrong, these are pretty much the same product, just licensed. One's licensed to Eachine and one's licensed to JJ Pro. So whoever's making these, it'd be great if we could find the person who actually made these original models before they got licensed out for people to slap their different names on them. Now, because this is, I guess, a clone of a clone, there's not really too much I can say about it because I did a full review, and I'll leave a link of the E010 up just here that showed you everything and what the controller and all that sort of did. But one thing I will be interested in is seeing if the controller for the Eachine will actually bind to the JJ Pro, because I suspect it will. So we'll figure that out. We'll plug that in right now. So we've got the JJ Pro battery in just here. I think this one might be flat actually. There we go. So this is the remote, the jelly bean remote for the Eachine. You can tell by the colors. Look at that. So yeah, it's using the same radio and everything like that, so it doesn't matter. They are identical clones actually. The only thing different is the stickers and the colors. So that's probably actually something if you were going to get these as some gifts, or you've got some a bunch of kids that you wanted to, this is probably a perfect gift actually. But if you were going to get these, I know that this one comes in blue and grey, and this one is in red and green. So at least that way, I guess if you're going to Pokemon collect them all or whatever, you've got some different options there in terms of colors. So just my advice with these would be just have a shop around, find one with an awesome cheap price, and then just buy a bunch, because for the price they are a ton of fun, and probably one of the best quadcopters for like small children or anyone wanting to get into the hobby. So this was probably just a real quick review because there's not too much I can say about this when it turned up. I thought it might be a little bit different or have some different settings, but yeah, it turns out it's just an exact clone of this clone, which was pretty much a clone of the Blade Inductrix. So yeah, that's not too exciting right there, but I still thought you guys might be interested in seeing it. What I will be doing soon is I'm probably going to be putting an FPV cam on one of these and turning this into a tiny whip, so that video is coming up very, very soon as well. Oh, one real quick tip, you can, because this controller feels, I guess, so sort of small, especially if you're flying around like this, good little thing, you can just simply slide off these little thumb parts just here, and if you just attach a bit of a standoff and put this on here, it's going to make the sticks a lot longer and make it feel a lot better when you're flying around. So that's a real good little tip. Definitely check that out. I actually saw that on a channel, YouTube channel, I think a guy's called Nick Burns, and he's doing some quadcopter reviews there, so definitely check his stuff out because I like his reviews UAVfutures as well, and he's got some stuff on the, I think it's the E010 as well. Anyway, so yeah, I thought that was a little cool little tip that people are doing to make this controller a little bit more bearable. So there it is, there's my review of the H36, I guess a clone of a clone. Is that a bad thing? I'm not too sure how I feel about that, but regardless, still everything stands. It's still a really fun little drone and probably a great little gift for people to getting into FPV or to get people into quadcopters. Anyway, this one seems pretty stable right here actually. Anyway, subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying! Let's try some of these other buttons. Oh, I just did a cool little flip. That actually was pretty cool. Double flip. And tell me you guys heard that. That was pretty cool. Like double crash and then some like synchronized batteries going off at the same time. That was pretty cool. Flip. And